The number on your screen is 0. Rent is due Friday. Retirement feels 40 years away. You are 23 years old. The system is already running without you inside it. HR sends the enrollment packet. You open your inbox, see it, and keep scrolling past it. HR mentions the 401k once during onboarding. You nod. You have no idea what it means. Rent is $1,400. Student loans are $312 a month. Retirement feels like someone else's problem. You check your bank account. There is $74 in it. You close the app. Locking money away until 60 feels like sending it into a void. You decide to wait. Your employer is offering a 3% match. That is free money. You are not taking any of it. The loan statement arrives. You owe $28,400. You file it and don't think about retirement. Your first paycheck hits. You do the math. There is much less than you expected. Much less. Every month you skip the employer match, you lose roughly $150 you will never recover. Friday night. Your friends are out. You are not thinking about compounding. Nobody is. You have one colleague who maxes his 401k. You think he is being overly cautious. You are wrong. 2 full years of paychecks. Not a single dollar contributed. The balance is still exactly 0. 2 years. $3,600 in missed employer match. Gone. The system doesn't send you a bill for it. The system does not punish you for ignoring it. It just keeps moving forward without you. A coworker says, "Leave money on the table," and something in your brain finally clicks. You type 401k employer match explained into the search bar at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday. Your employer matches 3%. You have been leaving free money on the table for 2 full years. At 11 p.m., you open the HR portal and select 3% contribution. You finally sign up. You click submit. The confirmation screen loads. It took 11 minutes. 2 years late, but done. You pick the target date fund. The description says it adjusts automatically. You trust it. Next paycheck, the deduction shows up. $93 gone before you see it. The machine is running. 3 months later, you check the balance. $1,847. You feel something between pride and confusion. You contributed $900. The balance grew by $1,353. The employer match is doing real work. 6 months in. Balance is $3,200. The market moved. You did not. It worked anyway. The market drops 8% in 1 week. Your balance falls to $2,940. You feel a tight jolt of panic. You don't move it. You don't sell anything. You close the app and go to sleep. That is correct. It grows without you watching. That bothers you a little. Then it doesn't bother you at all. You stop checking every week. You stop panicking about the number. The strategy is working. End of year 1 enrolled. Balance, $4,100. You contributed $1,116. The rest came from the machine. You forget about it for 4 months, then check it again. It grew while you were not watching. By 28, you have $7,600 in a fund you barely understand, and it is still growing. Contribute 3% to get the match. Pick the target fund. Leave it alone. That is the whole strategy. A new job offer arrives. $12,000 more per year. Better title. You accept without hesitation. Your last day at the old job. HR sends the 401k distribution notice. 60-day decision window. The paperwork lays it out clearly. $11,400 in your old plan. You have 60 days to decide. You run the numbers. After the 10% penalty and taxes, you walk away with around $7,800. $7,800. That is 4 months of rent. You think about it seriously. You tell yourself you will contribute more later when you earn more. You almost believe it. Something stops you. An article, a thread, a number you didn't expect. You don't cash it out. You choose the direct rollover. The full $11,400 moves to your new plan, not a dollar lost. You try not to think about how close you came to destroying 2 years of growth for rent. You start the new job. You enroll in the new 401k on day 1 this time. No delay at all. 18 months later, the market drops hard. Your balance falls from $18,000 to $14,000. You log in every single day. You read recession articles. You feel completely out of control. You don't sell. Not because you understand market cycles, because you freeze. That is enough. The balance recovers. 18 months later, you are at $28,000. Freezing was the right call. You are 32. Still contributing the minimum. Still only 3%. But still inside the game. You get a raise significant enough to change your behavior. You bump contributions to 8%. You keep your lifestyle exactly where it is. The extra percentage disappears before you touch it. This is the first real decision you make inside the retirement system. Not luck. A choice. The account grew $800 in a month, where you only contributed $490. You don't understand it yet. You look up compounding interest. You read the same explanation 3 times. Then it lands. A strong quarter runs. You gain $6,000 without lifting a single finger. You begin to understand. You are 34. The balance crosses $60,000. You screenshot it and don't send it to anyone. You delete the screenshot after 2 days. You don't post it. You don't explain why. You just don't. You don't tell your parents. You don't mention it at dinner. You absorb this rule without being taught it. This year, the account earned more from returns than from your contributions. Something has shifted. At $90,000, you open a retirement calculator for the first time. You move the sliders slowly. The projected number makes you sit back in your chair. You read it again to make sure it is real. You are becoming a passenger in something you started. The machine is bigger than your input now. You are 36. $90,000 in the account. You are slightly less terrified than you used to be. The balance crosses $100,000. You take a screenshot. It sits in your camera roll for 3 days. You delete the screenshot after 3 days. You don't post it. The privacy is completely deliberate. You max contributions. $23,000 per year. You hit the IRS limit every year automatically now. You set it automatically and do not revisit it. This is no longer a decision. It is a structure. A 7% return on $150,000 is $10,500. On $30,000, it was $2,100. The math has completely changed. You contribute $23,000. The market returns $10,500 on top. The account adds $33,500 that year. The account grew $33,500 this year. That is what you earned in your entire first year of work. You are becoming a passenger in something you started. The machine outgrows what you put in. Your friends have no idea how much you have saved. You don't correct their assumptions. Ever. Not posting it. Not telling anyone. That silence is not modesty. That silence is the discipline. The market drops again. You watch $180,000 fall to $156,000. You feel it. You don't move. You have been here before. You know how this ends. You close the laptop and go to dinner. By 42, you are approaching $200,000. $23,000 from you each year. The machine handles the rest. You cross $200,000. No celebration. No announcement. You keep contributing. Nothing changes. Compounding is doing more work than you are. The machine now outpaces your own contributions. You run retirement calculators at night. Not obsessively, periodically. with a glass of water. You move the sliders. Retire at 62 versus 67. The difference is very significant. You cross $300,000. This is no longer a savings account. It is a portfolio. You have opinions now. You read 3 books on retirement investing. You follow 2 financial writers. You form a view. You shift some allocation toward bonds. You have a strategy now that you can defend in conversation. Not because someone told you to, because you read, compared, and decided. That is different. You are not building anymore. You are protecting. The goal shifts. Do not break what works. The market drops 22% in 8 months. Your balance falls from $370,000 to $288,000. You sit still. While the market is down, you keep contributing. You are buying every month at a lower price. 14 months later, the balance is back above $400,000. You did nothing. That was the move. You talk differently about money now. Asset allocation, rebalancing, sequence risk. It is yours. By 50, the balance is $440,000. You think you might actually be okay. You don't say it out loud. You are careful not to say it out loud, as if saying it might somehow make the number disappear. The kids finish college. The mortgage has 4 years left. $3,000 a month has just freed up. You have $3,000 a month that you were not spending on yourself before. The question is obvious now. You turn 50. The IRS raises your annual limit to $30,500. You hit it without any hesitation. Every year now. $30,500. No exceptions, no lifestyle creep. The target is close enough to feel real. Retirement is a real conversation now. You open a spreadsheet on a Tuesday night with your spouse. You talk about what 58 looks like, what 60 looks like. You have an actual target date now. You model Social Security delays. You factor in healthcare costs. This is financial planning now. You build in a healthcare cost estimate for the gap between retirement and Medicare. You plan for it. The account crosses $600,000. Monthly gains now exceed what your first full salary ever was. You think about yourself at 23, the unread email, the $74 checking account, the void. The distance between $74 and $700,000 is not luck. It is not genius. It is only time. The mortgage closes out. You make the final payment. One less claim on your income forever. By 58, you are close to $800,000. Retirement is real now. It is not a fantasy anymore. You used to say retirement someday. Now you say retirement in 4 years. That is the difference. The statement arrives. 7 figures. You read it the way you would read a utility bill. 7 figures. You expected it to feel bigger. It feels like a Tuesday. You close the statement. You are 61. Work became optional 2 years ago. You haven't fully acted on that yet. You still contribute every year. The habit is so deep that stopping feels strange, not necessary. In a good year, the portfolio earns $80,000 in market gains. Your $30,500 is beside the point now. You think about a withdrawal strategy, Roth conversion windows, sequence of returns risk. You plan. You begin converting portions of your traditional 401k to Roth. Slowly, deliberately, tax efficiently. Roth laddering, safe withdrawal rate, asset location. The vocabulary of retirement is fully yours now. You have a number. It is more than enough. You lived quietly, consistently, without announcement. Your monthly statement shows more than your first salary. Work became optional somewhere in there. You stayed in the system long enough that the system's language became completely your own. 40 years. You were that 23-year-old once. $74. Rent due. Retirement for later. You don't resent the people who ignored it. You don't judge them. You were them. You remember. It cost nothing dramatic. No genius, no sacrifice. Just time and not stopping. That was all. Somewhere, a 23-year-old sits in a new hire orientation. HR mentions the 401k. He nods. He moves on. He has $0. He thinks retirement is a problem for later. He is not worried. He doesn't know what the costs are yet. But he will.